Hello, it's me Pavlo, and today we'll be talking about new version of FiiO UTWS5 that was released at the beginning of this year. Actually, audio-related part remained almost unchanged, and the main difference is in the hooks charging mechanism. Now they don't have these charging contacts, and they use wireless charging that provides better durability and removes the risk of oxidation. Also, FiiO tweaked some software things, and probably that's why they named this model UTWS5 2025 and not UTWS15 or UTWS25 because audio-related part remained virtually unchanged. But even first version was great, so can't say that it was a device that required some drastic improvements in the audio domain. So let's have a closer look and find out what this device can offer in 2025. Price is about $140 to $150, and let's have a closer look. Unboxing experience is pretty straightforward. Outer box is compact with nice polygraphy, with foiling, and as usual, not much information printed on the box. FiiO don't print a lot of information on their packaging, and here goes manual with for those who need information, and then case with adapters themselves, and underneath most likely we'll get just USB cable. I can't think of some other accessories that can go with it. Yeah, manual and short cable for charging. Case of course is pretty big, but it's because of the dimensions of the adapters themselves. At the same time, it's really well built, it feels really solid in hand. It's not a pocketable device, but it's pretty okay to carry this case somewhere in your bag. Here is USB Type-C for charging. On the front there are three LED indicators. They remind some cute face. I think it's intentional idea of the design. Top lid is made of metal, bottom part is made of plastic. Internal magnet is pretty strong, so lid will hold closed pretty reliably, and here are UTWS5 themselves. So as you can see, there is a lot of free space to accommodate almost every possible IEMs. So adapters holds with magnets. Magnets are also pretty strong, so really nice and snappy feeling when you put it back. And the earpieces just falls into their place. There is a button for pairing activation, so everything as it was before. With one interesting and pretty major exception, you can see there is no charging pins like it was in the previous version. So FiiO managed to accommodate here wireless charging schema. They did it to improve water and sweat protection. Rating is IPX4, but it's of course a good idea not to have the contacts on the adapters because they were prone to oxidizing and losing contact. Here are adapter with FiiO's FD7. As you can see, looks pretty nice. They are comfortable when you wear them over the ear. At least for me, I didn't experience any problems. Earpieces fitting into place, and thanks to the rubbery ear hooks, they can be adapted to vast majority of outer ears. But of course, some people with non-standard ears could probably have some problems. There is no replaceable connector, so you need to choose which version you want to get. But I think it's okay because usually you just use it with your favorite IEMs and not swapping them really often. Here is the main part, and there is a LED indicator here, but it's not bright. And here is microphone and one control button on the both pieces. And it's not sensor, it's mechanical button, which is also, in my opinion, good because you getting direct feedback that you tapped the button and when it clicks, then press is registered. You can change the actions of these buttons in the companion app. I will show it to you in the next part of this video. Work time is about 7 hours on one charge. At least that's what I've got with FD7 on the comfortable level of volume for me. And this case gives roughly 3 to 4 additional recharges. So pretty good work time when you're traveling somewhere off grid. And also they hold the connection really well, which is also a positive side. It depends on codec and Bluetooth transport, of course, but in general I didn't experience any problems with connectivity except of areas with lot of interfering Wi-Fi. So overall, nice slim design, good controls, and pretty decent build quality. As usual, you can use FiiO control to change some settings, update firmware, and tweak the sound with equalizer. Here in the settings you can set custom device name, update firmware, clear pairing, restore settings, and shut down the device. I recently updated firmware to the version 1.0. FiiO released few updates, and this one is the most current. You can turn on and off indicator lights. You can activate game mode. Game mode reduce delay, but increase battery consumption. And you know, in vast majority of cases, I didn't notice a noticeable delay even without game mode. Probably in some games it could be noticeable, but in some more casual style shooters I didn't have big issues, and I also didn't notice issues with lip sync. But if you are more sensitive for these things, you can use this option. There are 3 control schemas. They are all described here. You can select one of them. Also, you can select idle power off and select what Bluetooth codecs you want to use. As well as other recent FiiO devices, you can use equalizer. There are some presets, but also you can use 3 custom equalizers. So let me toggle back to user equalizer, and here it's setting to the linear mode, but you can adjust it. It will be saved on the device, and if you really want to tweak anything to your liking with more details, you can use graphical equalizer. You can select filter type, you can select Q and the corresponding gain. Also you can drag it with your finger, so lot of options to adjust equalizer to your liking and to tweak the sound the way you'd like. So let's reset equalizer. It asks for confirmation, and I will turn it off so far. In the audio settings, you can select channel balance, low pass filter, 3 different volumes, and the language of tones. And as usual, you can also read the short guide to understand what's going on. Here is a traditional microphone test. I'm recording this part of the video with these adapters with FD7 in my ears, and I'm using built-in microphone. I won't apply here any gain correction or equalization, so you'll get an idea about the microphone sound in quiet environment. Sound part this time will be really short because they are almost uncolored. There is a slight hint of additional tightness on the low frequencies, but it's really small, so I can't say that they change the sound signature of earpieces you'll be using with them in some significant way. They provide enough of power, nice resolution, and good control to drive almost all earphones that you can attach to them. Maybe some high impedance IEMs could be an exception, but I didn't face such model and didn't experience it. I tried them with some super sensitive models, and they provide great black background without any audible noise. So just they will sound just the way the earphones sound. But of course, some of you can say that Bluetooth is a lossy protocol with lossy codecs, but there are a few things to consider here. First one, if you thinking about getting the maximum sound quality and using the wired connection, you will need some decent digital to analog converter. Because without it, using some cheap adapter or like built-in sound chip of your laptop, tablet or smartphone, you won't get sound quality higher than UTWS5. And even in many situations, they can even surpass the sound quality of built-in solutions. Even using some good player or some good deck, difference won't be huge. So I did some A/B tests using FiiO M23 as a mid-level solution. When I'm sitting in the quiet room, when I'm sitting at my desk, yeah, I can hear the difference. I can hear better extension in the treble, better control. But on the go, when I'm doing something, this difference is not big, and actually it's really neglectable, taking into account that I'm getting much more freedom of movement and I'm getting much higher convenience. But also we need to keep in mind that there is another aspect. It's the quality of codecs implementation on the smartphone side. It's not often, but sometimes some manufacturers like to do some weird things with Bluetooth codecs, so sometimes the sound quality can be worse. Luckily, it's not an often case nowadays, and also you getting here almost all modern codecs, and you have this FiiO control app, so you can switch between different codecs and try to find which one will provide you the best sound quality and connectivity. So you can experiment and find out which one is the best. Because in some rare cases, even AAC, when it's implemented properly, can sound better than LDAC that not properly implemented. But luckily, it's really like a matter of 20 minutes to find out which codec will provide you the best sound quality and enjoy this device. Speaking about the compressions, there are two types of compressions we can make here. First is to compare them with classical true wireless models, but it's pretty simple. With good earpieces connected, UTWS5 in terms of pure sound are better than all true wireless models I've heard. They provide the better dynamics, they provide better control, and overall more refined sound signature. Regular true wireless models provide sometimes better things like active noise cancelling, transparency mode, and stuff like that, but in pure sound quality, this is your best choice. And compared to the previous version of UTWS5, if I remember right, it was in 2021, you'll get a slightly better resolution on the mid frequencies and slightly tighter low frequencies, but difference is not huge. And also worth mentioning here, iFi Go Pods, if I remember the model name correctly, they released the new version, but I didn't test it. Previous version is slightly better than UTWS5 with better treble extension, slightly better control on the treble, but they are also noticeably more expensive. But on the other hand, they provide the replaceable connectors, so they are more versatile if you have a lot of earphones. So to summarize, UTWS5 2021 is a great device for those who want this true wireless freedom, but also wants to achieve the maximum sound quality or just get the sound signature of favorite earphones. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.